Fun. Okay, it's go.
Hey y'all.
Mike.
Hey y'all. It's Veronica here at Dirt Road Rustics. I'm here with Cheyenne, and we're here with the cast from Only in Iola.
Hey y'all. Hey.
It's Q&A time. Please send in your questions so that we can ask our crew here. You can, if it's for one specific person, you can put that down, or if it's for the whole crew, you can let me know, and we can just ask accordingly. This is Perry.
Howdy.
This is Shanna Lee.
Hi y'all.
Braden.
Hello.
And this.
How y'all doing?
How's your day going so far, y'all?
Whew.
Good.
Yes.
Staying ahead of the cold, right?
Well, that's good. Yes. Yes. I'm gonna make sure that we're on here. I don't see us live. Give me 1 second.
I'm just sharing some stuff. I'll be right there.
I am not seeing it on.
That's all right.
Refresh the page.
Yes, ma'am. There we are.
There we go.
There we are.
Hey. All right, wait.
Y'all let us know as you are signing on so we can give you a shout out. And I know Cheyenne's sharing some stuff on there. Do I need to share anything on my end, Cheyenne?
I will when I get over there.
Okay, I need to put this down. All right. We have some great giveaways. We have a lot of giveaways.
We have a lot of giveaways that you got, y'all. We've got, I don't want to say like 10 items, like 2 cups, 7 hats. What is that, about 6 shirts? So, absolutely good giveaways. Grab the top shirt. Yeah, there you go. So, one of the mantras for Only in Iola is, so if you look at the show on IMDb, it says the family who left it all to find what matters most. And that is God Family in Texas. So that is our mantra. That is what we are searching out. It's always good to have God first, that's for sure.
Amen.
Amen. And so that is, so we've got a lot of this God Family Texas and Only in Iola stuff. So that is what we're going to be giving away. This is one of the shirts. I don't even know what size is the hand. Let me get my glasses. Can you see that?
Let me see.
I have glasses.
Do you
on.
got
I can
glasses?
see
That
it.
would be good.
That is a
Extra large.
Extra large.
3 extra large. No, that's it. Yeah, that's a big one.
Looking for something so small.
Make a great night shirt.
Yes. So that's God Family Texas, and we've got hats. We actually have some God Family Texas Trump hats, and yeah, very good.
And as soon as Cheyenne makes it back over here, we'll start with our questions. Very nice. There's the hats.
Hold on, I can barely see yours.
You can barely hear us?
Yeah.
Yeah, bracelets. Yeah, that's right. We've got two sets of bracelets. This is God Family Texas. If you saw the commercial for the show, it says God on one, family on another, and Texas on another. They're in gold and silver.
Is that better
Good
now?
today. Looks like it's nice and red. So the show Only in Iola, we were really blessed to have partnered with Dirt Road Rustics. We did this fantastic episode called Coming Out of Egypt, which talks about, yes, thanks.
Hi, Kathy. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like and share this link so everybody can join us.
So we're kind of sound checking at this point.
Check 1, 2, check.
These things are always so much fun.
No, it's not. It looks like the mics aren't even working.
Can you hear us? If somebody can text in the chat, if you can hear us, no problem.
It looks like they're
It looks like they're on.
It looks like they're on and they're working.
I could hear us when I had to put the volume down on my laptop when we first started.
Okay, that one's working now. Shannon, say something?
Testing. I'm testing the mic at this point.
Let's tell everybody to share the video, please.
Please share this video. Is it working now?
Yeah.
But it sounds like she's echoed now.
Hello, 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 hello.
Okay, let's see. Do another test.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Someone else. Oh, here. Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Gosh.
Hey, Shay, thanks for joining. Hi, Stephanie. Okay, we're getting it fixed, Shay. Thank you for letting us know that it's echoing.
Now it's better.
I think it's good.
Okay.
I think both blue lights need to be on.
They were on. But
Mine were going in and out.
I unplugged the thing. They're both on the same.
So, hey, Shy, can we do a like, share, and comment for a free gift? All right, guys. If you get on there, like, share, and comment this video, this live, tag a friend. We will put your name in a drawing for one of our great prizes. Oh, we're going to have to use mine. Can you read it?
Yeah.
Hi, Renee. Renee says she can hear us now.
Wonderful.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hey, Miss Jennifer. Thanks for joining tonight.
I know you like free stuff, so like, share, and comment. Tag a friend.
She tagged Kayla. Okay. So I know you had a question, a good one to start off with. And if y'all have any questions as well, anything, it could be anything or directed to anybody. And we will give you something for participating and just kind of get to know the family. So, Mommy, you had a really good question. It's at the top of our list if you want to ask.
I do want to
Here.
ask. So,
Take the tiny mic.
Oh, thank you for passing the mic, the baton. So my question to y'all is, why Iola? Why Iola, Texas? What made you pick that?
You know, it's a great, so we have, even though Perry's a real estate broker, he's smart enough to know to get a fantastic real estate agent because I'm too much to deal with. And especially when it's emotional. So we have Erin Booker. She's just amazing. And she's she's on the actual commercial where we get off the plane and she says,
nice.
Welcome home. And I called her one day and I said, if you could buy a ranch in this area, where would you buy it? And she said, I love Iola. If I could get land out in Iola, I'd be so happy. And that's what started the snowball. Now, the funny thing was I got interviewed and a guy said, why didn't you move out to Normandy? Same type of question. And I said, because only in Normandy just didn't.
It didn't make that same ring, right?
And a lot of people may not know this, but we bought the ranch. We started building the ranch. We didn't get contracted for the show and then did the ranch. It was the ranch life first. And then when the story was heard, they said, you really should tell people your story, which at that point we thought was like, no way. No. No. So, yeah, so that's how it became. And you want to tell a story how Only in Iola came about? So
Sure. So we've been blessed to have neighbors helping us with everything, right? It's Iola. It's a wonderful, wonderful place. People are very helpful, very close. And while we're there, I'm figuring that I'm going to go ahead and tackle putting all of the concrete in myself for our greenhouse.
Of course.
It's a big greenhouse. That's a lot of concrete.
Yes.
So here we go, building a berm with wood and all of this stuff around to make all of the anchors for the walls and everything. And as they poured the concrete, some of my wood didn't stay where it belonged, and so it began to creep and turn and snake and do stuff. So we were running and putting extra framing on it, and I said, this isn't going to look good. And the guy that was helping me said, it's okay, nobody's going to notice it, and it's good enough for here. And I went, only in Iola, and that's how it started.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. That's a good story. And I know we've asked our first question, but I do want to kind of do another introduction. This is a family, the Charbonneaus. Did I say it right?
Yes.
Okay. From Only in Iola. And they decided to do, would we call it a reality TV show?
Yes, we, it's funny is they asked us, they said, this is kind of reality. And we kind of tested it on people and we got that eye roll, that Kim Kardashian, like, oh, we need another reality show. But it's really kind of a documentary reality show. And that's how we like to put it, because I think we've gotten kind of a weird vibe on what reality is, but it's reality. We call it reality. Yeah.
And so they're here to tell their story. And season 1 is complete.
Season 1 is complete.
How can we watch that?
It's on Roku. So if you go to your main screen on any Roku TV and just click down to the search, just like you're searching for any type of application, and type in Only in Iola, it'll come up and you can add it just to your home screen like you would do anything else. Amazon Fire TV, same thing. And you can actually watch the videos onlyiniola.com/videos. So, and right now they're free, but when season 2 hits, it's going to be a cost. So definitely get up to date on season 1 before you have to pay.
Very good.
Yes,
Very good. Did I miss anything about the introduction?
No.
I know you guys are getting ready, or you're complete. You're done with season 2.
We have filmed season 2, and so now we're editing, and we've actually Jens, our director, has put together 1 and 2. So we've gotten a sneak peek of both of them, and we have a test group. So we literally have a test group of people who watch this and give us input.
Oh, nice.
That's the best thing you could do for any project, tell you the truth. So is this good? And and it came back overwhelming. Just don't change a thing. So we learned that people wanted to know a little bit more about us, which again, that's still very uncomfortable for us. But we told the story in season 1, and now they really want to know how the heck we got on a ranch after I was used to, Mercedes and Tahiti and Hawaii, and I'll stop there. Spain, Portugal, Vegas.
You can still go and visit, right?
Yeah. Right. But yes.
All right. Well,
I have a question. Don't forget, guys, to comment a question. Okay, look, Miss Kathy Wells. I'll put mine on hold. So, Miss Kathy Wells, we will give something away to you, and then Miss Barbara Parker, we will give something away to you. But we're gonna do one question at a time. So Miss Kathy Wells says, "What's the most fun about filming the show?" Braden, do you want to answer? He's already laughing.
Just the I'm trying to think. Just like the people that join in. It's like when you get in the moment when you're filming, it's like all serious. But once that camera button shuts off, I wish everybody could see it that wants to watch this show, because it's hilarious. We just all sit around and joke, and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, you're pushed back to back. You're doing all this. You're planning. You're on a schedule." Which it's on a schedule, film at this time, but it's more or less just do what you do and just be free about stuff. And some of the best things is just getting to know more people. Kind of like Destin over here. And, our cameramans are just funny, making us laugh on scene. But yeah, it's just the all around filming is the best.
And it is very much so like on the fly. It's not like when we filmed with you guys, it was kind of just like you just do what you're going to do. You're living your life. It's real life. Nothing's scripted. We went in, did the house just as we would if we were just moving in somebody else,
I'm gonna get the plug for this.
Okay.
So I'm going to let you guys continue speaking.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest question that we get all the time is, what is it like to be filmed? And that's why it was so great to have you guys there, because, and we get you guys are calm under pressure, but some people are like, what do I say? What do I wear? What do I do? Do I say anything? Do I look at the camera? And it's like, no. And we literally say, we're going to, decorate the barn, and here we go.
Yeah, it's almost like just forget the camera's not even there.
Yes.
Just forget it's there and keep doing what you're doing, like as you would live your normal life.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
that was a good question that led into some good things. Okay, and now we have Miss Barbara Parker. I'm writing y'all's names down so we don't forget. What's what's your favorite place to shop?
Oh.
Dirt Road Rustics.
Yeah, yes. This season, I mean, it's amazing. Y'all know it's beautiful here, and you know what was part of the reason why we did this episode called "Coming Out of Egypt," which, guys, it's a very special. It was actually prophesied over by Pastor Brian, and it is that special, and it really talks about, you know, coming in the city we used to live in. We may slip and tell who it was, but we did feel a little bit enslaved. We felt, you know, kind of like just burdened, and we weren't happy. And it was hard to finally say, none of this is making us happy. And then we had the transition of building the ranch, which totally felt like a desert. And now we're here. And the beautiful thing about being where God puts you is the fact that, you know, all these blessings happen. And one of the blessings was Dirt Road. And they came in, and, you know, it's amazing, as I always thought my Austin house looked so gorgeous, but after they got done with the barnuminium, it's like nothing I've ever had in my entire life. So the moral of the story is listen to God, because he will bless you even when you think the path is weird, like, why am I doing this? And then boom, I'm getting one of the prettiest houses I've ever had in my life. And that's saying something, because we've owned a couple. That's for sure.
Thank you. That's awesome.
So,
I have to add to that if I can. I'm watching these ladies work hard, bringing everything in, and I'm watching the quality of the furniture and all of the condiments that are coming with it, and I'm looking at something here that's for the guys that are out here. It's durable. It's good, heavy stuff. They're like, oh, we'll move that, and I'm like, oh, okay, sure. It's not a bunch of veneer. It's real woodwork, and it's stout, and it's beautiful. It's a really nice balance between rustic and polished. All right, so you really have something that's worth it for your home, and I was very impressed with that, Veronica. I really
Well,
was.
thank you.
Beautiful stuff.
Thank you very much.
Okay, can you read Stephanie Ingram's?
I can. Let me put my glasses
When
on.
does season 2 begin?
When does season 2 begin?
so this is hot off the presses. We are going to announce the date. It will be in February. We were pushing for January, but that's the other thing, is when you do these shows, you don't realize the teams of people. It's a village that runs this show. And I tell every team and people that we talk to, like, I'll tell you all the stories that we hear and see, because it's amazing what all the work goes into and the beauty that comes out of the show. So they're going to announce the date in February. The marketing crew is deciding this week. So Monday we're gonna shoot it out, and we're gonna have that exact date. So
That's exciting.
no,
That's exciting.
it's not. No. Mm-mm. Yes.
Let me see.
Okay, the next one's from Miss Jennifer Young.
What's your favorite animal on the farm?
I think all y'all can pass the mic on
Yeah,
this one.
yeah,
Everybody say-
definitely.
No, we're going to start. So when you watch the show, Destin, we met our neighbors for real, and it's Rita, Cheyenne, and Destin. And they have become not only a big part of our lives, because we need them, like, more than you'll ever know, but also the fact that they are a big part of the show. And season 2, particularly Destin, he's people love him. So, okay. So what's the favorite animal?
Not the goats. Not the goats.
I can argue.
The goats climb on all your vehicles, every single one of them. You will have little pellets everywhere, and when it rains, it just turns into slush, and it's disgusting.
Isn't that every
My horse,
everything,
Tonto, and Playboy, his horse, the best. The best.
Well,
Not the
you
goats.
can't really ride either of them, but they're pretty cool.
Not the goats.
I have to differ. My favorite animal on the ranch is my little boy, Big Boy. You know, he's, it sounds weird, but he's just like a dog. You know, I call it Big Boy, and he comes running out of the tree line, and then every single cow, single file line, run out. And, yeah, the goats, because it's pretty funny when they're climbing over everybody's car, and everybody's trying to chase him and they're not going the other way. And
Has he got on
You
the?
have a car. You don't understand the pain.
that's why I don't understand it.
Has he
But-
got on the Only in Iola vehicle?
Oh,
Yes.
yes. Yep.
Too tall.
No, they
It's
have.
too tall.
They have.
God.
They have.
Look, Shannon is like, you better not have.
There's a reason why it has the goats haven't gotten on the Only in Iola Bronco.
can't see it.
Mommy's smart enough not to park under the trees. So there. Okay, that's it. Don't park under the trees, or you won't have a goat problem. Right? Back to him.
But yeah, my little bull and of course Playboy, horse Destin gave me. Tonto gets wild, but he's a real cool horse. But yeah, but goats still my favorite. They're a little cute. You go out there and pet them all the time, and they're little dogs.
Everybody knows it's Roberto.
Yes.
Yeah. He,
Don't cry.
yeah,
It's okay.
it's okay. He was a turkey that
That didn't get eaten for Thanksgiving. Just
No,
that's
we
not
missed
why. Yeah.
no, you can, yes, you can watch season 2. I think it's episode 3 or 4 to find out about how he's got out of that free and clear. But he was my guy. And I think God gave him to me temporarily just because of the fact that was my
Teddy bear.
it was my comfort. He was my love. And he did finally pass. He wasn't supposed to make it past 9 months. He made it a year and a half. And season 2, in episode 1, there's a moment where Roberto is honored, and it's very well done. Very well done. So
Wow.
yeah. And I think everybody has an animal that I hope they relate, not just to a turkey or Roberto or to me. I hope they relate to the moment on how special whatever animal was in their life and how wonderful that was.
Definitely.
Remember, you called me and you were like, "Did you see Shannalee's video?" And I'm like, "No." She's like, "Roberto's not here anymore." I said, "No,
Really? It wasn't. I thought it was just me and the phone calls and the text strings and people like literally crying. And I mean, he was very special. He
Yeah,
was very
he was.
special
And I think you have to watch season 1
to see it.
to learn his personality and how he played hide and seek with you and how he followed you everywhere. It's just like a dog. I'd never seen a turkey do that.
And real quick, I mean, people would come. It was so cute. They were like, "Wow, we're on the Only in Iola Ranch. Where's Roberto?" And we're like, "Nice to meet you too. He's over here." I mean, it was constant.
But I mean, it's funny, not funny. I remember going in between my classes, and my dad texted me, Roberto died, and I just remember like going in my next class, and I have a test, and I was like, oh God, this of course I have to do it. And I remember walking in, Miss Brown, you'll see on season 1, it was her class, and I walked in there, and she goes, literally out of nowhere, how's Roberto? I went, well, he just died last night. And she goes, good, move on. Here's your test. I went, yep, that's Miss Brown fashion.
Senora Brown is truly his Spanish teacher. And in episode 4, it's called Se Habla Español. And it's a wonderful episode about the importance of learning how to communicate with people and how special teachers can be to a child in their life. And she is a wonderful person. She's sought after to be in her class just because she's very strong and just awesome. So yeah, she got to meet Roberto and yeah.
He's got it.
Okay.
Oh,
Harry,
my turn. With
Your
animals.
favorite animal?
My favorite animal.
Dead or alive.
Ooh, I got a lot of those. Yeah, no, we won't talk about that passion. But anyway, I have for everybody that's out there. I used to be a professional hunting guide, and then that turned into becoming a real estate broker. And I'm happy to be back in the country in a small town and back on property where the animals are all around us. I love them all, actually. They all have personality, and they all like to follow Dad around everywhere, which makes me feel really good.
Aww.
But honestly, the 2 best animals that we have on the ranch are donkeys.
Yes.
Everybody said, oh, you came from the city. Did you have a Tesla? No, we have one now, and she eats hay. And so we have Tess and Wes, and actually it's Weatherby, but we call him Wes because it rhymes. But they're wonderful. They just come up to you, and they want a hug. And then they walk off, and then they come back. While we were building out the barnuminium, and we were in framing stage, they would come in. If the door was open, they'd walk right in where we were working, and they'd look around at everything, and they'd like, oh, okay, that's pretty good. And they'd come up and give you a hug, and then they'd walk back out the door, and a couple
Aw.
hours later, they'd come right back again. So they're the best.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, we have another question from Miss Linda Huff. And don't worry, guys, I got all of your names down. After a little while, when we get a break of questions, we'll go and give you guys your free stuff. And it's stuff that's only in Iola merchandise, as well as Dirt Road Rustics merchandise. So some really good things. So if you are watching, comment so that you can claim something tonight. We want to make you guys feel appreciated for helping participate.
Please.
Oh,
yes.
I don't even have the mic on. Oops.
They can hear you.
Okay. Miss Linda Huff said, "What's the biggest challenge living on the farm?"
Oh gosh. Oh.
Yeah, I don't mean to steal the mic, but it was it was me. So when Perry and I got married, he asked me to promise him two things, and one of them was one day he'd have a ranch. And time flies, and we realized in our 50s that if we didn't do it now, we weren't going to do it. And at 16, I was driving a Corvette with T-tops or a Cadillac. And my life just kind of continued in that manner. God blessed me. I kept my eyes on him, but it was, one great trip after another, and I was grateful for it. And so it's me. I am not used to not just calling somebody and asking them to do something for me. I'm not used to not being able to do everything, because in the city it's not that hard. You know what I mean? You're not like
Yeah.
creating something or trying to push an animal into a. So yeah, these kids have had a lot of fun. What's the funniest thing you've seen, Destin?
Braden trying to walk underneath the woods last night, trying to get donkeys back
I was
in.
about to say.
They
I was
look
gonna
like-
say that. I was gonna say that. So I had a.
They look like an Oompa Loompa walking through the woods.
No, but so I had a little Christmas concert I had to do for school, and so I'm in my concert black, and here we go, and all of a sudden I see Destin run after, Wes and Tess accidentally left the gate open. You'll see in season 1 as well. Accidentally left the gate open, and so here we go, chasing through the woods in my concert stuff, and here I go running through tree limbs. And, I can't see anything. Destin can't see anything. And I just remember running right into a tree. And I just remember him taking off.
Oh my
And so here I'm sitting in black. And he's trying to find me. And I'm trying to find the donkeys. So, yeah.
No.
No, but probably one of the biggest challenges for me is, it sounds weird, but everything is fun at the same time. You learn everything every day. But then you look back and you're like, man, why did I hate that? That was the funnest thing I ever done, fixing fence, chasing stuff. But yeah, probably that, or probably running away from Tonto when he gets riled up for feed. That's another thing, because I'm used to, I used to go to a cowboy school, on the outskirts of Austin, and they were real calm horses. And now I'm this 3-year-old. Just cut stud, and I'm like, oh gosh, I don't like this anymore. But yeah, it's probably one of the biggest challenges I had. You got a challenge?
You.
Alright, next.
Destin was raised on a ranch, so that's why he's fine and we're not.
Yeah, he has ranch in his blood.
Yes.
Shelby Jackson has another good question. How did you get the chance to have the show on the farm? How did it come about? Because there's lots of people that move.
Yes.
But how did a show come out of it?
Mm-hmm.
So we moved here from the big city, came towards College Station, right? Braden's in a really good school. We're really happy in this community, and we're pursuing at the time getting the property in Iola, which, by the way, I'd never heard the word Iola. Didn't know the name for anything. Now I find out there's 3 of them in the world. But ours is the best one. So only in Iola, just happens here. We had a lady that's a professional lady that came to work with Shannon. Shannon Lee is a children's author. and has quite a good series. My Mama Loves Me. I'm Her Little Boy was her first book, and then it's the whole family. It moves. It's really nice. She came in and she's watching what we're doing on the ranch. We'd just gotten there, and she's following us around because they were here to do business and then stayed a day or so. And she said, "You really should document what you're doing." And I thought, yeah, no. So she called after she went back, and then we got calls from other people that were in the realm. It's like, I'm hearing about what your family's doing. You should document this. Well, what does that mean? You should have a show. Well, we don't know how to do that. And then all of a sudden, people that knew how to do a show approached us.
Wow.
And we said, no. And then finally, one day, we got a lot of pressure, and one of them said, well, if you did it, what would be your guidelines? Where would the line be drawn? I said, well, you're going to have to put up with the truth. You're going to have to put up with a lot of things about God. And there may be some praying, and there may be some days when there's some beeps on the screen because it's the truth. But I don't think people could handle the guns and the God and the this and the that and Jesus. And they said, we can do that. Why don't you bring it? Well, a line got drawn in the sand, and when Perry Charbonneau has a line drawn in the sand, we can't not step over it. So Shannon Lee and I talked about it, and Braden and Shannon Lee and I talked about it again and said, all right, let's give this a try. And praise our Father in heaven for landing us in the hands of the right people.
Wow, that's awesome.
They've really made it comfortable, and they've made it good. And then, of course, we met, Destin and his family, and Rita and Cheyenne, and by happenstance. I mean, if you haven't seen the show, our cows get out, and they're really good at it. And they like going over to Destin and Rita and Cheyenne's and hanging out with their cows. So at least we know where they are now, right? So when we need to get the children back, we know where to look. But that's how we met, and that was the beginning of what was their reaction, and how did they think about us, and it's been uphill ever since.
Wow,
yeah,
that's great. That's great.
Okay, can you see Kathy Wells' question? She has another question.
She asked if you were all decorated and ready for Christmas.
Oh, in the city I would have been.
the chicken coop is.
Yeah. Next week. Yeah.
Next week. Why?
Because the boys are gone.
Because the boys are hunting. I have always been. In fact, that was one of the reasons. So when Perry and I were dating, he said, because you always ask all these questions between each other, which are always so much fun. And he says, if I go hunting, does that bother you? And I was like, did you leave yet? And he thought, and it was so funny because he had some girlfriend that really didn't want him to hunt. And I'm like, you could go now.
More shopping time.
Yeah. Shopping time, coffee time, whatever. Girl time.
Girl time. I've been picked up from school for a week, and every time I've got in the car, they always ask me, when are you leaving? Every single one of my mom's friends. When are you dad leaving? Oh, we can have girl time that week. And I'm like, go ahead. I'll be out in paradise with my dad, Jonathan, our camera guy, Destin, and another one of his buddies, and we'll just be out in South Texas paradise out there.
Where y'all going?
We got drafted for the Laguna Atascosa for, I think, like 4 or 5 days with one of our cameramen, Jonathan, and then we got picked for the Bahia, a brand new kind of refuge that they just opened up for. The first one's deer, nilgai, and hogs. The Bahia is just nilgai and hogs, and we're going with Destin and one of his buddies, me and my dad, and yeah, we're just gonna have a grand old time. And yeah, but school's a real issue. Got to make up 4 quizzes and 2 tests tomorrow. So that's gonna be fun.
But it'll be worth it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
definitely will be worth it. But yeah.
Okay. Next
Belinda.
question from
Hi,
Miss.
Belinda.
Hi, Miss Belinda. Sorry, Belinda. She asks, how do you get used to dealing with the snakes in the country?
The boom boom treatment.
Yeah, that that is not fun. You almost have to put it out of your mind, and which is not easy. But I remember when the cameramen first came on site too. They were, well, one of them's from Africa, so he knew. That's Jens. Jonathan was from the Midwest, and he's running around in tennis shoes, and we're doing scenes, and he's like, Jonathan, go over and this is summertime, in that whole patch of, grass under the tree where it's all wet, and film from here. And I'm looking at Perry like, but praise God, we've been fine. We've seen some.
Some?
Yeah. Maybe yeah.
I just don't talk about all of them. But yes, the chicken coop is a real snake magnet.
Yeah.
And, but we're getting better at it.
How about the guineas?
How many do we put?
Oh, the guineas are amazing. Yeah, the guineas chatter, and they have their calls for certain things. They even have a different call for each one of us, like it's our name. But all of a sudden they line up and they chatter together, and they're going single file. There's a snake and they're chasing it, and they're right up next to it. And so they do a wonderful job. Yeah.
So they keep the snakes out from getting the chickens?
No.
Okay, so
Totally.
They just let you know that they're there.
Oh,
They
okay.
just let
Okay.
you know that the snakes are
I
pretty
didn't know,
cunning.
maybe they were protective or something.
They will eat a small snake.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, they'll fight with it. They will, but there's a lake next to us, and there's a creek that runs through our property, and so we're kind of sandwiched. And we've been working on it. We're seeing fewer, but yeah, no, it's been a challenge. It has, and I'm on lookout all the time for it. I mean, even though I was a guide at one time, I'm older now, and so I'm not as fast, and so I'm aware of that. And it's like, ugh, I don't want to mess with it.
No, I know my dad does not like snakes
Mm-mm.
one bit. But we're actually at my house because we just live about 20 minutes down the road from them. We recently just moved from the city to a small farm, and we will be getting chickens in the spring. So any tips on
I got a cow.
That's Dustin.
I'm
cows.
getting another cow in about a couple weeks.
Buy eggs from people who have chickens. Don't get them.
Yeah.
Buy cows. Lots of cows.
One thing that my dad he's told me a lot is gasoline. Pour it probably around a circle.
And then light it now.
No, don't light it. No.
Did that.
Have some fried chicken.
Yeah,
Right.
but just they hate the feel of kitty litter or gasoline. Probably one of those.
That and I read that there was literally a study that they had tried all these things to deter snakes, like mothballs, all the wives'
Cinnamon,
tales,
yeah.
and it was clove, cedar wood, and cinnamon. And if you put those three together, and they say if you spray the outside of your yard, which I did when I first got there, I was around the trailer, like,
And then you got tired of it.
and then I got tired of it. Then I'm like, where'd the clove oil go? Oh. But yeah, they literally can't stand that. Nothing else affected them in that study in a box.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, but farewell, it does stink up. And then one thing I was gonna say,
Stink up?
yeah, it does
I
smell.
know.
But one thing I was gonna say about the guineas, how he said they'll kill a baby snake. One of my dad's friends that lives about 45 minutes away from here, his mom was talking to me one day, and she used to have guineas, and she was a baby. No, not a baby, taller, about 5 years. And she was talking to me about how she had 4 guineas that she raised from a little chick. And she woke up one morning and she heard squirreling about 3 a.m., took her little fire flashlight and walked out there, and they killed a coyote. Four guinea fowl killed a coyote.
Wow.
I remember her telling me that story vividly.
And you can have them in the same.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, but you have to. There is a way to do that. There's kind of. It's almost like a school dance. Like you have to. If you have the guineas first, we had the guineas first, and then we had the chicks, and we left them in separate rooms. It was in the feed her room, and then the house itself. And then we brought them into the cage, and you almost let them get used to each other. And then you do let them together and then you stand there and you watch and you make sure. I actually corrected my guineas. I was like, yeah.
Sorry,
That's
if they
crazy.
just raised together,
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question from Mark Fly. He's watching.
After this one, let's do some giveaways.
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
That sounds good.
But go ahead and do Mark Fly's.
Mark Fly said if they had a choice to do something they knew might be impossible on the show, what would it be?
What does that mean?
It
Possible.
always has
What does that
I
mean?
know.
the deepest questions.
That's a good one, Mark. I like that. Impossible. Impossible to finish a project on time. It's not going to happen.
To have everything you need for one project.
To have everything you need for one project, absolutely, or all the parts fit, or they actually all came in the kit. Not going to happen. No, the tractor is not going to work when you need it to. The neighbors are all going to come over and try to help and bring spare parts, and that didn't work. And then you're going to try to get something built, and 10 people are going to work together, and 6 things are missing. So, no, it's on God's time, and it's a lesson in patience, and you have to be happy with where you're at and look at the big picture. Love you, Mark.
All right, let's do some giveaways then.
Okay, so Miss Kathy Wells, she was our first.
She
person
liked
to
the
ask
God Family
question.
Texas.
Sure.
So, Brayden, pick what you want to give away. We'll give it up to you.
Pick?
Yeah, pick what you want to give away.
Pink. No. Do the pink shirt. Do we know what size Kathy is?
If she's not that size, can she switch it out?
Sure. Yes, absolutely.
All right, but pink is a nice color for her.
Pink is a beautiful color.
There
All
you
right.
go, Miss
So Miss
Kathy.
Kathy will be giving you this God Family Texas.
What size is that, sweetie?
Medium.
Medium?
Okay, and that one's a medium. If it does not fit you,
We'll switch it out.
We'll switch it out. Okay. Yay! Miss
And it's a good
Kathy.
medium. It's not all tight and everything.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
one of those soft shirts.
Yeah. So let's put that over by that just so we know that's off the table. There we go. Thank you, sir.
Okay, then we have Miss Barbara Parker. Let's do a candle. Pick which one. One's leather and one is honey soaked apples. Okay, that one's leather. We have a leather candle, one of our best sellers. Smell it, Brandon. Tell me what you think.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Sounds like Cheyenne's truck.
Smells like Cheyenne's truck, he says.
Yeah, that's cool because Cheyenne's truck smells really good.
It does. She got out of her truck the other day when we were working with the magnets. And
Yes.
she opened the door and it was like,
It's a beautiful
That's
truck.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Just set it on the chair. Okay, and then we have Stephanie Ingram. Pick something.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
That's a good
This
gift.
is, only an Iola tumbler. I used mine all the time until I broke the lid.
We just need to buy like 100 lids.
But Shayla said they're looking for an extra one.
It
Yes.
seconds for a really good hammer when you need it, but it doesn't last quite as long.
It's comparable.
Yeah.
It's a very good. Yeah. I don't want to use the word.
Okay, and then Miss Jennifer Young. Let's see. Let's do a bracelet. Yeah,
Ooh,
that's
Okay,
a good
that's
one.
a good gift. I
Pink
like
or
those.
sorry, pink. Yeah, silver or gold.
Silver, bronze.
Do we-
Yeah, so Miss Jennifer, if you will just comment what color you want, because I know some girls are silver girls and some girls are gold girls.
Yes.
My mom wears silver
Oh,
all the time.
Actually,
I used to
out
wear
of-
gold.
Out of all of the only an Iola stuff that you can get, right? Those are my favorite.
Oh, okay.
All right, I think they're beautiful.
Yes,
Nice.
they're cool.
Nice.
And it's like one of those stamped ones. Okay, then we have Miss Linda Huff. Sure, let's do a hat.
Miss Stephanie said she didn't have a question. She just loves y'all's story.
Aw,
Oh,
thank
no
you.
worries.
Thank you.
Miss Linda, we have a pink God Family Texas hat for you.
Very nice.
These trucker hats are real hot. I did not know this until they started doing merchandise. I was like, oh, these trucker hats are a big deal.
Okay, and then for Miss Shelby Jackson, do those two red and white trees. Yeah, she will.
There you go.
Okay, so a little set of 2 trees from our Christmas shop at Dirt Road.
Woo woo.
Those are nice.
Okay, so Mark, I'm not going to ask your other question. Okay, we're just going to veto the question.
Oh, come on now. Destin will answer.
You didn't even see it.
What's the question?
Ford or Chevy on the ranch?
Chevy found on road dead. Ford, 100%.
Yeah, we both have Fords.
Poor Perry got a Chevy out of desperation
Yeah, poor him.
4 or 5 years
He's still
ago.
suffering today.
That's why there's a big old dent
Yeah.
on the
Well,
side.
No.
So-
Yeah, you're gonna listen.
So I have to say that Chevy's actually been one of my better vehicles, and I've had some good Fords. Don't get me
Really?
wrong, Ford still F-350s. Who doesn't want one? At 179,000 miles, we're still going smooth. I'm like, I think I'll just run this one in the dirt and dump it. Right
You
when
know,
it's time.
My dad had a 2000 Chevy Silverado that we grew up in, and how many miles?
300,000 miles.
300,000 miles before he traded. I don't even know why he traded it in. He got like $1,000
Yeah.
for it at the dealership or something. He should have just kept it, knowing that you guys were going to get some land too.
Right.
Yeah,
But-
and the story about the dent in the side. We were putting up the fence around our small orchard, and we had the fences were at an angle, and we measured across and had our 12 feet for the gate, not realizing when we put the angle, we actually took a couple of feet out. And so I had Braden, who actually drives very well, pull a trailer through there with the truck. And he said, "Dad, I'm not going to make it." And I said, "Yeah, you're going to make it. The truck's 2 feet narrower than the gate. Dad, it doesn't look like it's going to make it." And as he pulled through and started to turn, as I asked him to, he turned right into the post of the gate,
No.
which had a lot of metal on it. And he's looking at me sideways, foot on the brake, and he's crying, "I don't know what to do." And I said, "We're here. Just keep on going." So it just,
Oh,
so
man.
I've been asked by friends of mine, "Don't fix that. That looks really cool." So
So whose fault was it?
it was my fault.
Okay.
I told him not to go.
No, it was totally my fault. Braden's actually a very good driver.
Okay.
He backs up trailers. He does all
I'm
that.
not going.
You're
That's
good.
funny.
Okay, we have one more giveaway before we start asking more questions. Miss Belinda, let's do a shirt for Miss Belinda. Yeah, she'll like that one. So this is a turquoise only an Iola t-shirt. What size is that one?
Mine is black.
Yeah.
I have that shirt.
Large?
Yes.
Okay. So it's a large, Miss Belinda. If you need a different size, send us a message. But I think it'll fit you. Okay. Let's see. Who else has a question?
Don't hold back. The questions are fun.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, good. Bring us some more.
Making it fun.
I know. Thanks for asking questions. I came up with a list of questions.
No, ask away.
Okay. Renee had a question.
Okay.
What has been your favorite episode to film so far?
Season 1.
Everybody's different. Go ahead.
Episode 5, season 1. It was cool.
It was manly.
Yeah, we call that, it's called The Door. And we do call that the man episode because, again, it was one of those, it seems like every season, not to say we've done more than 2, but there's always this one episode where we're exhausted and we're trying to film, and finally we just go, all right, you go weld, you go do this. And it turns out to be like the best episode.
Oh, wow. That's
Because we're
awesome.
so amazing. It's just crazy.
Yeah, The Door was good. Do you have a?
Huh?
Do you have a?
My favorite one is the Thanksgiving one. I really like that. We had a chance to really sit down and get to know our neighbors and their families and our community. And it was the first time that we had the chance to really take time to do that. Yeah, that's my favorite. That one brings me home. Really does.
Yeah, I think that Thanksgiving was number 3. It was called Thanks Be to God, and that was the first time where, and I'll never forget it because we watched the episodes as a family first, and it was over, and I'm fighting back the tears, and Braden started sobbing, and we looked at him, and he said, "We did it. We actually did it," and it was the first moment to realize, wow, we actually put out something. That's
awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And it was Roberto's big debut. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
To all the guys that watch your show, there will be more manly episodes.
There you go.
Attaboy.
More manly episodes.
Yeah, boy, yeah, boy.
You won't have to watch shopping 24/7. I'm just saying. I know your feeling.
Although if you're shopping at Dirt Road Rustics, we wish they were open 24 hours a day because there's always something that you forget and you got to wait till tomorrow. But hey,
I do have to say, their cowhide selection is really good here. That's another thing.
We're
very picky with our hides.
I think one of the questions I wanted to ask was, what do you want people to think about when they finish watching an episode?
God. And it's made by God, brought by God. God. Wonderful. It's the only thing.
Next question. Just leave it like that.
I did have a question. So we know. Oh, let me say. So we know that you guys are from Austin. But where were you born, and did you ever think that you would end up living on a ranch in Iola? You know, like.
Mom, have a great one answering this.
I'll go last.
Because I know that sometimes, like, I'm just sitting outside at my house, just kind of looking at everything, and I'm like, wow, God really brought me here. Like, I have 2 beautiful children, beautiful house, all my animals. When I was 5 years old, did I ever think I was going to end up like this? No. You know, so, and we're from California, and now we're in Texas. Hey, we've been here long enough to be a part of, certified Texans, by choice.
California, that's West Austin.
They're almost from California too. So I guess that's my question is like, where are you from? And did you think that you would ever end up in a small town called Iola with all the animals and all your daily chores?
You want me to go first?
Sure.
Okay. Mine's the easy one. Now, I was born in San Benito, Texas, and I lived in Harlingen for 30 years. So Harlingen's about 50,000 people, 60,000 people, has been forever. So I'm from the border. So I grew
habla español?
Un poquito, sí, señora. Actually,
He's lying.
I'm not really bilingual
He speaks a lot.
by I say their standards, my hometown standards. But I survived pretty well in Austin with my Spanish. It wasn't bad. So, sometime we'll talk about Spanish in the world and stuff. Actually, watch one of the episodes and you'll see that and say habla español. But yeah, I came from a small community, and my family did have land, and not a lot of it, but they had land and we had cows. And my brother was a big horse guy. My sister was really good with horses, but I was a very late bloomer in an old family. So I had a burro, and her name was Lulubelle. So that was as far as I went with that. As life progressed, I got into wildlife, and that's how I ended up guiding and doing stuff like that. So I had the pleasure of actually living an agricultural life for about 15 years with some phenomenal families out of Rio Grande City that their roots went way back and loved it. You'll see some of that in one of the episodes as well. Cool. So it was good to get back to something that's familiar for me. I wasn't afraid of the big city, and I love to travel. But I kind of like having a quiet home, and that is definitely what we have. Good. Yeah.
Shanalee,
So
can you top that? No.
No,
Oh boy.
no. When Perry met my father tried to explain to him, of course, roughing it to me was no room service.
They didn't have the word glamping back then, but they do now.
So, and I've actually thrown a fit in the hotel when I was the old Shanalee, going like, are you serious? Like, am I supposed to walk across the parking lot and go out to eat? But anyways, I have come a long way. I hate to admit to this, like California, but I was born in Milwaukee. And my parents,
Could be worse.
It
Could be New York.
it could be New York. Well, my dad's from New York, but from the Bronx. But my parents, actually, my dad was on a plane. He had a business meeting in Austin when Austin was cool. And we were very young, like 8, 7. And the guy told him, he said, because my dad was like, I want to move to Texas. And the man said, if you move to Texas, your children will never leave you. They'll live in Austin, Dallas, San Antonio, or somewhere in between. And Dad thought not only it was a beautiful place, people were friendly in Austin back then. No kidding. And so I grew up with Stevie Ray Vaughan, and Willie Nelson, and it was a great childhood. And well, no, this is in Texas.
Still ever special.
So, how old were you when you moved to Texas?
I was like 8,
okay.
7 or 8. Yeah. So
she's naturalized.
So I'm
Okay.
naturalized. Yeah. So all my, I have vivid, some vivid memories of being in the North, but yeah, just so I would never leave Texas. There's no way. But as far as, the only comparison I have to Iola is it does feel like Round Rock did then. Round Rock was very small. Everybody knew everybody. Everybody loved each other. And there are moments where I think, wow, this is great to get back to this, because I hadn't seen it since I was like 18. So first Texan in the family on my side.
Glad to be. Well, born in a, decent place, but I'm glad to be first Texan. But ever since my dad took me down South Texas on a family ranch, I was like, man, one day I just want to live it. And on the show, I always say I want to be in it and I want to live it. And that's what I'm doing. And this, my little childhood, back my brain's like, can't believe it still. Because, from you take me fishing, in Corpus, catching the 2 piggy perch, it's a hook, line, and sinker. You go down with it. We call it the bug. The bug kind of a thing is, bug, one of my cousins came down and he came hunting with us and all that. And he just loved watching the deer, and he goes, yeah, when can we come back down? He's from Wisconsin. When can we come back down? I miss just watching the deer. I'm like, you got the bug, didn't you? And he's like, yeah.
Dustin, you're completely Texan, right?
Yup.
Are you from Iola?
No.
What part of Texas are you from?
50 miles southwest. I'm from Brenham.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bluebell country.
Yeah. Yeah, you can say that. It's not too big, not too small, just the right size.
Yeah. Well, good.
But,
Wanda Y'all said her idea of roughing it is a black and white TV.
There you go. She's my soul sister.
that is my luxury.
Black and white. I need to find this.
What's a
this
TV?
Woman.
No,
we'll have enjoyable cocktails together or something. Glass of wine.
Do you have another question?
I do. I have a couple questions.
If you have any other questions, we still have a few
Send 'em
things to give
in.
away.
Oh, plenty of things.
Yes.
Yeah, we
so
have
y'all,
we've got
More tumblers, some
send them in.
4 hats, a tumbler. We got a camo hat that's got Family Texas Trump, and then two shirts, and actually a sweatshirt, or the crew neck sweatshirt.
Come on, questions and comments, please, because I don't want to carry that back home.
Karina Hannon said, we love her books. She has a generous heart and helped our nonprofit bless kids with her sweet books.
Wow, thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
I know I need to get some for my kids. I keep forgetting that, it's not just Shanley, only in Iola. You're a kid's author too.
You're welcome for the story, by the way.
Yeah. So now that, okay, so and I just recently started admitting this, but the part about the angel, but Braden was very, very sick. We almost lost him twice. And as a mom, I had an instinct to never put him down. So we held him 24/7 for 6 months. We slept maybe 30 minutes at a time, an hour at a time for 6 months.
Wow.
I still don't know how we did it, but all things, right? And you do what you need to as a parent. And he finally came out of it at 6 months, but when he was very, very young, I was holding him, and I remember the moment vividly, and the room is dark, and I started hearing this song in my ear, and I started humming the song, and I go, and he would calm down. He would not. He was so sick, he would not calm down on anything but that song. And all of a sudden the words started coming to me, and I kept feeling like this big male angel in the corner of the room, kind of like telling me the words. And it got to be one verse: my mama loves me, my mama sings to me, my mama makes my dreams come true. And then it was like one verse: my mama walks with me, my mama talks with me. So that song never came for me. It was in my ear. And my proof was I wrote it down, and the first book went out, and within 90 days it went international, and I was on
Oh, wow.
Doug Llewellyn show, and my life has never been the same since.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Listen. What is going to surprise people about Only in Iola? What is going to surprise people about Only in Iola?
Destin will. No. Absolutely. There's always a surprise with Destin. I don't know if it's so much it's going to surprise people as much as it's going to open them up and they're going to embrace it. People that know us and people that have helped critique and been kind of all the way through this have jokingly said that we are halfway between Green Acres and the Waltons. So there'll be some surprises and stuff, but I mean, it's about growth. It's about dialogue. There's funny things here. There's surprises in that. We haven't had anything blow up yet. But we could probably plan that. Hey, Destin, I mean, get that. Okay.
That'd be a good manly show.
We could do,
right?
we could do that. We might have to have, hey, I'd like to have Mark Fly come and join me for that. And his brother. All right. Let's just have them all come and we'll, I don't
blow
know.
something up.
Why don't we just blow something up? All right. No, we don't need that. We have other things. So.
What was that place that you saw when you guys were driving up to Los Tres? The big boy.
It's a big field where you can drive cars and
wow.
Pick them up, the wrecking ball and stuff like that.
I
It was
didn't
like a
see. Well, I
men's
was driving. I
playground.
didn't see that. I was watching the road.
Like a men's playground.
yeah, like a men's playground. They
Like
get
you
to
can
go
get
just
on the excavator and all the other things and pick the cars up and move them and dig.
Yeah, it's I've seen this on television, but it's like where people get in these old junky cars that they barely put an engine in, and they crash them into each other, and then at the end they just take a thing and smash them. So
Cool.
yeah,
yeah.
sounds fun.
I think the one thing I think that's going to surprise people is you can watch a show as a family.
That's good.
Yeah.
And we really tried for that. And we actually had a guy walk up to us and I don't know where we were, and he said, first time our family's ever sat, because you guys kept saying, watch it as a family, watch it as a family. He said, first time our whole family watched a show together, ever.
That's awesome, including the commercials, right?
Yeah, including the commercials.
Very good. That's awesome. Yeah, you don't have to skip them, right?
Or,
yeah. Look the other way.
Yes. Yeah. So we're very picky. Everything we put in the show, even the commercials, even the vendors, we have been very strong about who we partner with, and, money can lead you one way or the other.
That's right.
And we picked one way.
That's good. I like that. What about you, Shai? You got any questions? Any other questions from?
Well, Karina has a question. Here. Karina says, do you know the impact that you have on other people? Do you understand it? Nope.
You never really do. You can hear what people say, but you really don't know what's in people's hearts because you can't see their heart. They can say what they mean, but words don't describe people's emotions.
Mm-hmm.
You'll never understand it.
She said, I hope that you do because you have a special gift.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nope.
Sorry.
No memes.
We worked so hard, and I will say we got one. I mean, we get glimpses all the time, people honking and coming up to us. We had a woman who saw the Se Habla Español. She was her and her family is from Mexico, and she walked into a Mexican food restaurant and she verified, in Spanish, you speak Spanish. I said yes. And she went into this whole thing about how she felt God in the show, and she tells her family in Mexico to watch it, and how much it touches her. And she was holding back the tears because God's in it, right?
That's right.
Bottom line. And I said, my husband and my son's over there, and she turned around like stunned and walked over to him and just started kissing him on the head, like she couldn't hold back. And I think that was the moment where we thought, okay, we're doing this for God. We're not going to stop until He tells us to.
So it's more of a question back to Karina. Do you guys know how much impact
Absolutely.
they have on you.
Absolutely. And please know that when y'all write and text and call and honk and hug us and whatever, we have a marketing team, a PR team, a development team, a sponsorship team, sponsors, vendors, clients, website, social media. I mean, and I'm sure I'm forgetting one of the merchandising. And I actually tell the team these stories because they're in the background working so hard. And when they hear these stories, they're touched. Like they get even more motivated. And we've had some really, this project takes a lot, and it takes a lot of work. And sometimes we're working all the time nonstop every single day for months on end. And when they hear the stories from y'all, it's so funny. They get perked up and they're like, all right, let's go. And that's why I tell them that, just because people recognize us and we see it doesn't mean that all the many people behind us don't deserve. And we tell them every single time. So, yeah,
That's good. Let's see. Chet Hannon said, well, I know that the books that you donated for our Normandy Christmas or community Christmas, and it was amazing to see all the kids light up. Hopefully you will be able to attend this year.
wonderful. I think that's on the 18th. I think, yes, I have it on the calendar. That would be awesome.
I have here. Let me have this. Oh, I have a suggestion. After being able to be on 2 of the filmings that you guys did, is that you should have bloopers.
Yes,
You guys
yes,
have to have
yes.
bloopers.
Yes, yes.
You guys have to.
Send thumbs up for bloopers.
Send thumbs up for bloopers. I think it would be awesome because everybody gets to see the show, but sometimes you have to see the stuff that holds the glue together, which is the laughter and, everything that brings you guys together to make that show happen.
You gotta see the him and me beating each other up, because why not?
Oh, Lord.
I was
Just
beating up. There's some times where he'll be doing something, and I'm like, I just tap him a little bit, and he'll turn around and try to scare me, and he'll just hit me hardcore.
Look at all the thumbs up.
Oh wow!
Bloopers.
Bloopers.
I think even if they're not on the show or something, if they're just posted, put that in my mouth.
Blooper.
If they're just posted to Facebook or Instagram or like a reel or something, just to like brighten somebody's day, I think that would be so awesome.
So one of the it's okay. First off, guys, we did not expect this to ever happen. Like this show was going to be like a party trick. We go to parties and go, "Hey, we did this. Isn't that funny?" Ha 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 ha. We didn't think God would arrive and go, "This is what we're doing, sister." So we're trying to, but we just had this conversation yesterday. What's today? Where we're going to show little snippets of 2, and I'll put bloopers on there because, yes,
You do.
You got
That
it.
would be
Bloopers.
pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bloopers and snippets of 2.
How did Chris Jitsu become part of your show? Y'all seem like it's a perfect fit. God put him in your life.
God did many times.
Miss Wanda, y'all.
Wanda Yas.
So it starts with Daddy.
Yeah, and then me.
Yeah, let him explain the whole thing.
No, I'll do this real short and sweet. When I was guiding, Chris Chitsy's father and all of his business buddies would come down and hunt with me, and we had a personal connection. And that's how I met Chris. He came down as well. And of course, Chris is an amazing performer. He is a songwriter, a good Christian man. He's a phenomenal baseball coach. He puts his heart in all of it, and he loves living in God's black and white world, where the only gray area is forgiveness. That's the type of guy he is. We've known each other since we were almost kids, and didn't see each other for a while, and then all of a sudden he popped up as the baseball coach for Braden, and I told Channelie, I know him. She says, yeah, right, you know everybody. No, I know him. And he's like, Charbonneau, I should have known that was your kid. So back at it again, and then
In Austin.
yeah, it was in Austin, yeah. And Chris, of course, we approached him about this show and what we were doing because we knew his background, but I didn't realize how forward moving he had been with all of his career. And I won't spoil it, but he was turning out another song. He's had several number ones in the international market, and he helped us, and now we've helped him. and it's like family. And it was God's hands. It truly was God's hands. You can't plan that.
Mm-mm. Yeah, not in multiple cities in multiple decades, and he's our brother in Christ. Absolutely.
But yeah, Chris, he was my baseball coach when I was T-ball, not even coach pitch
5 years old.
5, and he was teaching me how to swing a bat, and I had him every single year until we moved when I was about 10, 11. And so this funny story about how, in little T-ball, my mom couldn't tell who the player was or who was in there, so she put a Batman sticker on the back. And I would love the old Batman and Robin. My dad always showed me. And yeah, Batman sticker, mommy. Oh, okay. So she puts it on. First year we go there, and he goes, "Go ahead, Batman." And so you'll hear something like that in season 2. Just a little sprinkle.
Well, awesome. I know we've been live for a little bit over an hour now, but I just want to kind of close it out with, do y'all have any questions for us? I know we didn't talk about this, but
no. Why did you decide to partner with us?
So we got a call. Actually, we got an email, and we get so many emails from so many marketing people.
Sure.
They're like, "Oh my gosh, here's another company who wants our money, this and that. No, I don't want to pay for a little business card sized advertisement on whatever." We like to, when we partner with somebody, we like to give them something so people can actually see what we do and what we have at Dirt Road. So rather than monetizing our donation, we'll give a basket away or something like that. So somebody can see that and be like, "Oh my gosh, that's Dirt Road Rustics. I need to go there." And it brings people in. But so open this email, I see it, I glance over it, close it out, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I didn't even tell you about it.
No, she did not.
And then I get a phone call from somebody, and they are like, "Hey, I'm so-and-so with Only Iola, and we wanted to know if you," and I'm like, "What is this?" I'm like, "What is she talking about?" "Okay, yeah, send me more information." She's like, "Okay, I sent you an email already, but I'll send another one." So I kind of go on, and then right after I got off the phone, I went and told you were in the back, and I'm like, "Hey, look at this." And so we start talking about it. We're like, "Okay, well, let's just set up a meeting, see what this is all about." And we prayed about it.
Right.
And waited for God to kind of give us the go. And here we are.
Yeah.
It sounded good. It looked good. And, it's kind of who we are too.
And I think after we met you guys, that was confirmation. Because if our spirits clash, it's not going to work. But we didn't feel that when we met you guys, and I think we both left saying, "I think we can do this. This is going to be fun."
You guys blessed us so much. What did so many people say, and you've been filmed before, but more than likely people are now going to come up to y'all saying, "What is that like?" Like, you didn't film with Iola, then you got on this film. I mean, and it's a real film set, and it's discussions and it's conferences, and then, the day comes and you meet the directors and they're telling you what to do and everybody's moving around. So what was your perception going into it, and what was kind of the surprise coming out of it being filmed? And you haven't seen yourself in the episode yet, so we're going to ask that question after that.
You look great.
Thanks.
So when we're used to being filmed, because during COVID, we closed our store down for a couple of months. And the only way that we would generate revenue was through live Facebook videos. So I remember being, maybe I was like 7 months pregnant. when we started doing this Facebook Live stuff, and I did not want anything to do with it. I did not want to be on camera. I did not want to talk to anybody. I didn't even know. I was just winging it, like going off of Facebook Live videos that I'd see, like boutiques post and stuff like that. And then there was just some times where I'm like, oh my gosh, one person bought something, and I've been doing this for an hour and a half. Do you guys know how long I prepared
You're so
for this?
good at it now.
And all this stuff. And then it just kind of became natural. Being able to talk, and building these relationships with people. It's so much easier to be on camera when you are around people that you know and you're like friends with. You know, it's not like some random news reporters here. Like even when we film for KBTX or we film a commercial with somebody, majority of the time we know who they are. Oh my gosh, how are you? Thanks for coming back. How have you been? How is your husband? How's your wife? You know, or like stuff like that. So we're building that relationship. So it's easy to film with you guys. I mean, it was a breeze. And, you know, at this point in time, I didn't even notice where the camera was majority of the time. It was just kind of doing our own thing. Kind of like what I said at the beginning. It's real life. It's not, scripted. It's just, we didn't have to memorize anything to be in the episode.
And I think that's more comfortable than having to, oh, that line's wrong. You know, like when you get ready to do something and you have to, you're not like, you're live, go, and you just have to wing it. Mm-hmm. Instead, if you're trying to script it, you're like, okay, do it again. Take 2, take 3, take 4. But when you're live, you just wing it, you know, and people like that. I think another thing is going back to if you knew what kind of impact you were going to have, like Shy and I, people come in, oh my gosh, you guys are so funny. Oh, you know, like we had our headbands on and we sing happy birthday to people and we just build this relationship with customers and they come back and tell us how much they enjoyed it or how much fun it was or I can't wait till next Tuesday or we'll be walking out and we're low-key local celebrities, you know. Oh, there's the Dirt Road Girls, and we're like, you know.
They were, man, I know when the sponsorship girl called and they go, I've got the 2 women who own Dirt Road Rustics, I was like, yes. Like, even I know they're superstars. Please, Lord, please. So I was starstruck. So yeah.
I know. I feel like every time we go somewhere, which I'm sure you guys are starting to get it now too, it's like, hey, you guys are from Dirt Road Rustics, or, oh my gosh, the Dirt Road Girls, or literally everywhere. Or we'll see a customer, somebody we know, they came into the store one time, or anything like that. And it's just like, me and Mom are like, local celebrities. You know, it's so.
Now, you know, I think the beautiful thing, and we try to, there's a lot of things that we really try to show on the show. I mean, God is, of course, first and foremost. We want people to feel hope again.
Amen.
We want people to see positive. I think we've all seen negative for so long. And we want people to, it's not our story. It's everybody's story. And so we try really hard, just like, and we believe that when Cheyenne said, you know, a lot of people, you've moved out in the country. So we want people to relate to the moment of when they made that decision or when they thought about that decision or when they messed up a gate or whatever. And I think that's the draw to the show. You know, a lot of people remind us for one season, we've come a long way. And I think it's because we try really hard to show people there's good in the world. And there is a thing that God wants you to do. And that is a huge overarching, subconscious theme that runs through the whole show. What is that? And don't be stressed out like you have to find it and it's got to happen now. We're not young.
Right.
But when you finally get there and you do have that moment where you go, God, it makes all the sense in the world now. You know, he was on hunting shows. I did modeling. This kid wanted to inspire his generation at 6 and 7. We don't know what Destin's thing is, but Destin's awesome. We include him because he's, you know, out of all of us, he's like the most natural. And that's the funniest part of the show is we're like all stressed out trying to make sure we're, you know, giving hope and light and love. And Destin's like, let's roll. and then he just does his thing.
You don't have
My
to
Aunt
care
Amy
to
said
be
that.
good.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
My Aunt Amy said that Uncle Don will bring the tannerite.
Wonderful.
Woo! Uncle Don, he's in.
Break out the ARs. All of them. All of them, yes.
Another thing.
I love Don. He's awesome.
He's good. Another thing, that it was getting to know you guys as well. That was really more of a confirmation on God making us cross paths. Because anybody can say, "Oh, our show's about God, family, and Texas,"
Sure.
and then, but are you really truly living it? Anybody can say they're a Christian. Anybody could say they're this. Anybody could say they're that. But what's your walk like? And just like you would say, spirits would clash, and if that was the fit, then we would know that it was time to walk away.
Yeah.
But
And we're not perfect,
No,
one of
right.
the things, and it's tough because even in my heart, it's like we get so close to, when we're filming. This past week was different when we filmed, but I try to get so close to Christ. That doesn't mean there's perfection here. It doesn't
Right.
mean that he and I aren't arguing all the time, especially in the stress of running a ranch.
if we were perfect, we wouldn't need Jesus.
We wouldn't
right.
need our king.
Amen, sister.
Amen. Yeah. So, but I always throw that out there because I don't want, some people say, "Oh, we've had that, you're a star." And I learned that Lucifer was called a star. He fell as a star. So I tell people we are not stars. We are a family. We need to quit that. We need to quit entertainment and putting people on a pedestal. That needs to stop. And I think we're trying to do that. When we talk about reality, we are talking reality.
Yeah.
Reality.
Yeah.
So,
And
sorry.
I think that's good too, because if you try and act like you're something that you're not, it's just, it's people see that. And I think that's why so many people do like the show, because it's real, it's natural. And that's why we see our customers too come in here, because nothing's scripted. It's
Right.
just, we're going with the flow. Whatever you guys comment, even like tonight, whatever you guys comment, none of this was scripted. We have like a question page with 7 questions. We've asked 3. Everything else has been a bunch of you guys, a bunch of you viewers, which we truly appreciate you watching. But that's why I think that so many people find it so relatable, that it does feel like home,
Mm-hmm.
There's another question from Chet. How has the change of lifestyle impacted the family?
Yeah.
Not at all.
He's happier. Go ahead.
It has caused me to have to pay attention to the cause and effect to Shanna Lee and to Braden. Not just me. We all go, "Hey, this affects us," or "This is good for us," or, yada, yada. It's all textbook. But at the end of the day, to see somebody that's used to, somebody moved my cheese. Let's put it that way, right? We've all heard this, the business books and the life books and everything. Somebody moved my cheese. And Shanley put it well a little while ago, and that was, I'm used to being able to just run 4 or 5 blocks from where I'm at and just do something.
That's
Now,
called bougie.
That is bougie. It is bougie glamping. But anyway, and Shanley is bougie. I don't know if one of our nieces is watching tonight, but that is one of her call signs, is bougie.
All the nieces.
Yeah, to all of them. Yeah.
my God.
Uncle Perry loves you. It's okay.
My cousin, we went to Ireland, and Caitlin, and she goes, we were staying in a different hotel in one city in Ireland, and she sat there pouting. She's 14. And my sister-in-law goes, "Why are you pouting?" "Well, we're not in the hotel with Aunt Shanley." And she goes, "Why do you need to be in the hotel with Aunt Shanley?" "Because Aunt Shanley has chandeliers in every hotel she stays in." And I'm like, that's true. Sorry.
Thank you, Daddy. It's not all about investment. It's not about time management. It's not about any of this stuff. Sometimes it's about, why the heck are you telling me that, and why do you feel that way? I don't understand. And I'm just in la la land because I'm out here running around in a pasture petting the cows and, doing guy stuff, right? And it's cool, and I'm not worried about it. We'll get that done. But then I have to realize that Shanley and Braden also have their timing and their gears in motion, and it's like, okay, wait a minute, we have to put ourselves in another perspective. So that's been a big one for me.
Yeah, I think the thing that I love the most is I always loved my dogs, and the animals have personalities. You know that.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, you feel like you have all these souls, these beautiful people that are animals walking around, and they are so solidly themselves, and it's amazing. That I love. That I really love.
But yeah, what you had to say about the how animals have their own personality. You change with the animals.
That's well put.
I have felt that over the time between getting my first goats when you were in Colorado.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And on my birthday, and we went in Mom's little 2013 Mercedes with the dog kennel in the back, going down to the Navasota live auction.
We have that film.
Oh, yeah. And
that was a good one, actually. You can't make that up.
Yep, going down, and Mom's like, well, how are we gonna make sure they don't like use the restroom all over my car? I'm like, cardboard and duct tape. So there we go, duct tape and cardboard up the walls. And so we went there and there, bought the 2 goats, and I'm like, man, like I don't really like these things, but I don't want to tell Mom.
Oh no.
And after a while, I learned that like, not like you act like them, but you bond with them at a so much other level when you spend, Bubbles. One of the first goat I ever bought. It's so much of a bond you can't even tell for the past 2 years I've had her.
No, yeah.
It's connections.
I can understand that because I see the way my husband is with the animals now. Now we've always had dogs. But the cows and the donkeys that we have, it's like, is that my husband out there? I see all these videos come up on Facebook, and it's like, where do you see yourself in 20 years? And it's a old man sitting in the pasture drinking his coffee with like 20 cows behind him, and they're all up in his face. And I'm like, that's my husband.
I think being around animals brings out the true self of you.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
God intended you to do is to be honest, green earth, and take care of, what feeds your family. It gives you entertainment too.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
think, staring at a group of cows, they just eat and graze and lay down. No. They go fight. And sometimes, you gotta go out there with my Billy and my Bull fighting each other, and you gotta go break that up because you don't want one of them hurting each other.
Right.
But it brings out your true self.
No,
And
I
that's what
see
I've
that
noticed.
too. I'll look in the backyard and I see the little donkeys just running around all fast. I'm like, what are they doing at this time of day? Like, what could they possibly be running from? So that was a good one.
Amazing.
That's the Animal Channel, the real Animal
Yeah,
Channel.
looking out your backyard.
That's right.
Yes. Okay, well, let's close out with one question. I had one question I wanted to ask Braden, but I guess it can kind of be for everybody too. If you could bring one more animal today to the farm, what would it be? Not the zebra that just sold at the live auction, and not the kangaroo that just sold at the live auction. Did y'all see that?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
They have it
So
on film. The kangaroos are on film.
Yeah. Oh no. Here.
The one animal I'd bring. There's I would have to say there's around 2 animals I would like to bring. And I've always wanted Hereford cows. I've always wanted one. But another thing I would bring on would be another horse.
Another horse.
Horse.
One that doesn't chase him.
No.
Or bite.
But
Only if Destin approves.
oh God, Destin wouldn't approve anything of mine. But
No.
exactly. I've always, ever since I went to cowboy school, I was talking about with the gentle horse, I've always wanted my own horse. And, Destin gave me my horse, and I can't thank him so much for that horse. But, after 2 weeks of riding him, he kind of got arthritis, and then he went downhill from that. He's 24, you know. A horse like that needs to be retired. And he worked all his
Maybe.
life, and he was a workhorse all his life, and
He needs to be retired.
yeah, and
He's been through some stuff.
he's a pasture runner. He lives out there, and he comes up with Tonto, and you scratch his nose and give him a little feed, and he walks back out. But I want a horse that I can literally just throw a saddle on and just go enjoy.
Sheep.
Christmas gift.
Sheep.
No.
I'm
No.
not cleaning that.
My
Okay.
dad said that sheep are the dumbest animal.
Are really?
Yeah.
They are the dumbest animals.
Okay, no sheep.
Worse than chickens.
But
That's why they need a shepherd.
That's why they need a shepherd, and that's why
Hey, you're
Jesus is
getting
our
a long
shepherd,
cane.
because we're not the smartest either.
You need
We're
your
not.
medal. pole.
I can-
So
I
Don't jump in
guarantee
the water.
that.
no, but
I've seen like rams like running like by a fence post, just like go as hard as they can, and I'm like, okay,
that's their kind of thing. But when Dad gave me the idea, we're moving out to a ranch. First things I thought of, I don't want a cow because it'll trample me. Is there going to be deer there? And I want sheep. And the more I looked sheep, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do that much work. And then I went into goats. Everybody's like, goats are going to be the worst thing you've had. You're going to have to goats. You're going to have to deworm, medicate them every day. Knock on wood. I haven't had to medicate them once,
That's
except
good.
give them some
Yeah, it
probiotics.
is.
Maybe
It is.
some
it's Dirt Road
probiotics.
Rustics.
Maybe some probiotics just to keep up their immune system during the wintertime. That's it.
We need to give away some more stuff.
Yes.
Yep, let's give away some stuff and
Oh, did you answer?
Oh, sorry.
If I could add an animal that I
Today.
haven't, I've had some interesting animals. I've had
Not the dead ones.
no. I've had a pet Russian boar that I raised. I actually caught him as a baby, Rufus, and he got really big. And I had a pet camel named Joe. Oh, I could go down the list. I had all kinds of.
Okay, but
bison.
something that you've never had.
I honestly, there's an animal called an okapi. It's from Africa. They're beautiful. They're the ones that look almost like a giraffe. They're brown and they have the zebra stripes on their legs.
I
And
don't
they're
know what
beautiful.
it is.
I would
Oh,
love
I think
to
it's-
actually transform the ranch into an okapi raising facility
You have to get
for
high
zoos.
fence.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of things. That's probably one of the most amazing animals there is on earth. I love that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have to look it up.
Okay.
All right, let's give some more stuff away.
Let's see. We have 13 viewers on, so let's give 5 things away, and then we'll close out tonight. So if you have not won something and you are watching, drop a comment below, and we'll just go from there.
Drop.
I did.
What's your-
I don't know.
Ask everybody what their favorite animal is, and let's get that.
Okay, yeah. What's y'all's favorite farm animal?
Animal.
First one to answer gets giveaway.
Oh, any animal.
Any animal.
Any animal?
Yeah. What's your favorite animal?
That was it. Zebras are mean. Okay, this is
True.
Tori Mullins.
Tori Mullins, has she won yet?
Hey, Tori.
Hi, Miss Tori.
Hi,
No.
Tori.
Miss you, friends. We miss you too. You need to come in here, bring those sweet babies. We can, we're ADA in here. You can fit that triplet stroller through here.
Cows. Yep. Do we want to give?
Okay, well, let's give
Yeah, I was about to say,
let's
who's
give Miss Tori something. Let's give her those 3 trees right there. Yeah.
One for each of the babies.
Oh, so it's a set of 3
Beautiful.
Christmas trees, white velvet Christmas trees. We'll put your name on it. Let me write her name.
one big, small, medium.
And then we have Joanna's question. I didn't see her question. Oh, from Miss Rita. She says, how fence repair is coming along.
Asking for a friend.
I don't know. Ask yourself.
Oh my gosh,
If
you.
we fix the fences, we won't get to visit so much.
And then Miss Karina, we did need to give you something because you had some good questions as well. Let's just
Well,
do a
no, no,
t-shirt
that,
for her.
just yeah, no.
How
So
about a
we'll,
t-shirt?
everybody gets a movie post. Everybody will get a signed
Yes.
movie poster.
Everybody gets
Yeah.
it,
This is nice. This is a crew neck sweatshirt. Mm-hmm.
This is an extra large.
It's an extra large, but you wash it. They warned me. They said you wash it and it'll shrink a little bit. So
Karina's last name.
Karina Hannon.
know, who's the person we gave the bracelets to?
Do you guys know Chet?
Chet sounds familiar. Yeah.
Who's Chet?
Because he can win something.
Yeah. Yes.
There
Here's
you go, Chet.
here you
We got
go,
something
Chet.
for
We
you,
got a
buddy.
camouflage hat for you.
I'm wearing that to go down to South Texas and
Yeah,
hunt on
we
Laguna.
both-
What about Amy?
So
How about
Chet
Amy?
gets
Let's
Okay,
give Amy
Let's give Amy something.
a hat or a braid, whatever.
Uh-huh.
I know she likes jewelry.
okay. So
We gave
Yeah, she didn't respond, so we'll just give her. We'll give her gold.
Okay.
Okay.
So for Aunt Amy, we'll give you the set of 3 silver bracelets.
you see anybody else?
Kathy Wilson corgis. Yes, bring the babies, Tori. We want to see them. I only see you on TikTok
Oh,
live.
what did Mom ask? Mom asked, "What's the name of Chanelle's book?"
And then I did not see Joanna Dickey. We did not see your question.
I
come
did.
in. Oh, you did?
I did.
Okay. Just kidding.
What's the name of Chanelle's children's book?
The first one was My Mama Loves Me, I'm Her Little Boy. And we stayed consistent with that because what happened was the moms wanted the daughter version. And then we got complete. So that's My Mama Loves Me, I'm Her Little Girl. And then we did Daddy. We did Daddy and one Grandma. So,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So funny.
So, let's close it out. You want to tell them one more time how to?
Yeah. So
Watch
if you have a
only
Roku
in
TV, which 74% of the population does, which is an interesting fact, you can go to the home screen and then you'll kind of scroll down like 5 down and it'll be search and just search for Only in Iola. It's an app. You put it on your home screen and then you can watch all to your heart's content. And then there's Apple Fire TV, same scenario. And then onlyiniola.com/videos. And you can see, actually, there's some videoettes about the director and the show and interviews with us. And yeah, before you get started in season 1. So, yeah.
And season 2 will be coming out sometime in
February. That's official. February is official, and the date's going to be official here real soon.
2025.
Yes.
And you'll get a chance to see what Shy and I have done with their barn dominium.
Yes.
And
Coming
how
out
much
of
fun we had.
Egypt.
Yes.
No, that's 4. It's episode 4. And yes, you'll get to see all that's going to be wonderful. That's going to be wonderful. And the barn dominium and everything. You see all the decor.
Anything else? Did I forget anything?
I don't think so. I'll go through and see the like, comment, and shares, and we'll give away that last tumbler.
Yeah, we got the
The
tumbler. We
black
have a
tumbler.
shirt and a hat. What do we have left, B? We got a tumbler. Leave that.
Well, how about we do the tumbler, the hat, and the mug for the person who shared earlier, and then I'll go back and message you guys. Let me see.
Wonderful.
All right. Thanks for
Thank
joining
you.
us,
Thank
everybody.
y'all.
It was
God
fun.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry
God bless you.
Christmas. God bless y'all.
He is king.